What is our second main topic today?
All right. Dark Helmet's Helmet says,
Love it.
Hey, John and crew. So, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire being in Spider-Man No Way Home is just the worst kept secret in Hollywood right now. But I just saw Garfield on the Today Show absolutely insisting he's not in the movie. Am I crazy that it actually sounded like he was being seriously honest to me? I don't know what to think. Your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, it's not new that Andrew Garfield is denying being in the movie. He has been denying, he said, basically his go-to phrase over the last number of months, whenever asked about the new Spider-Man, says, I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about it. That's been his go-to thing. I don't know, right? There's never been, which we all interpret as denial, but there's never been a straight up, I'm not in it. There's been a lot of, I honestly don't know. You guys aren't believing me, but I'm telling you, I don't know anything about the project, blah, blah, blah. Well, he was on the Today Show, and I watched the interview. And you're right, Dark Helmet's Helmet. He was straight up insistent that he ain't in it. This is what he said. He said this on the Today Show. Listen, I'm not in the film. I love Spider-Man. I always have. I was so happy to have played the part, and I'm so excited to see what they do with the third one. Just like you guys are, to be honest. No, that's not a diplomatic answer. I really, really mean it. I love Tom Holland. I love John Watts. I love Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige and what they've done with those movies and that character. It's an important character to me. So I'm just really excited to see what happens in the third one, as you guys are. Listen, I am not in the film.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, let's listen up. I ain't in the film. And listen, Dark Helmet's Helmet says something really interesting there when he says, this is where the interview is, where he was talking about, by the way. But when Dark Helmet's Helmet says, am I crazy for thinking he actually sounds sincere? I'm not going to lie to you. So did I. When I was watching that interview, the way he was saying, it's like, look, I am not in the film.
It didn't sound like he was being cheeky or being like, I'm not in the film.
Yeah,
no. He was like, I'm not in the film. I love this, but I'm not in it. He was very straightforward.
Yeah. And listening to it and watching him was like, man, I mean, he is, to me, an Academy nominated level actor. So the dude can act. And maybe he's fooling me, but he does sound sincere. So look, Ray just was this little.
No, I'm just saying.
You're not buying it?
No, I'm just saying. It's just funny. It's just funny how this is making you go crazy, or some people go crazy.
I mean, but it's true, right?
Yeah.
A lot of us are going crazy over this.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Though.
All right, ask me
I have a question. What if they're just using footage of him from his movies and putting it in this one? Technically, that would mean he wasn't live on set filming No Way Home, but his persona, his, footage of him could be used. Do you think that's a possibility?
It's
a way
possible.
We could get him, but also not get him, so he can technically say, I'm not in it?
Yeah, I mean, you could. By the way, Jedi Cowboy in the live chat is asking, well, why was he on the Today Show then? Well, he was on the Today Show promoting his brand new film, which may get him an Academy Award nomination, called Tick, Tick, Boom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he was there for. He was there promoting that one. It comes out on,
which looks amazing.
It looks fantastic.
He's singing. It's very like Broadway. Like he's giving it his all. It looks good.
It looks great. And it's the true story of the guy who created the musical Rent. It's the story of the guy who created the musical Rent. That's who Andrew Garfield's playing. And it's in some select theaters right now, and it opens on Netflix, I believe, December 19th. No,
yes,
November 19th.
Theatrical November 12th, on Netflix the 19th.
The 19th. So in just a couple of days, it's going to be out on Netflix. So that's what he was out promoting. That's why he was on the Today Show. And it was near the end of that interview when they said, listen, while we've got you here, we can't not ask you about Spider-Man. And that's when he said, look, I am not in the movie. I am not in the movie. And I have never heard a denial surrounding this whole Spider-Man thing that was more believable than this denial. Now, I'm not sitting here saying he's not in the movie. Look, we're going to talk about the odds that he's in the Spider-Man trailer tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm just saying, man, he's a really good actor if he's lying. He's a really good actor if he's lying. But it brings up the question again. We talked about this before with Tom Holland when Tom Holland was saying, I honestly don't know anything about those guys being in this movie. And we talked about this. It's like we get wanting to keep a secret. But when does it cross a line to you as actors are just straight up lying to the audience, and you're lying so much? At what point does the audience no longer take anything an actor says seriously?
Is there an
anymore?
example you can think of in the past where someone said, no, I'm not in it, and they were?
Well, I mean, there's a couple that really stand out. One to me wasn't the actor, it was the director. It was the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek, or sorry, the second J.J. Abrams Star Trek film. Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be in the movie. And J.J. Abrams insisted, everybody was guessing he was going to be Khan. He was going to be Khan Noonien Singh, the role made famous by Ricardo Montalban, right? He was going to be Khan Noonien Singh. Everybody knew it. And J.J. Abrams straight up came out and said, he's not Khan. We're not going to tell you who he is, but we can tell you definitively he's not Khan. And I even had, what's his name? Who's the star of The Boys? And he's in... he's the main guy in The Boys, and he's in Lord of the Rings. Carl Urban. I had Carl Urban as my guest on my panel at Comic-Con a couple years ago. And Star Trek, the next Star Trek was coming out soon. And we were there to promote his new film Dread, because we were talking about his new film Dread, right? So he's sitting right beside me, and I go to him and I say, hey, Carl, I got a question for you. He goes, okay. I'm like, who's the bad guy in the next Star Trek? And the whole audience laughs. And Carl goes, you know, JJ told me what to do in case I was asked that question. We're like, what? And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a big piece of duct tape and he puts it over his own mouth. Right? And so they were denying. Bradley Cooper. I remember, this is going back a few years, but Bradley Cooper, there were rumors going around that he was going to be in the A-Team movie and that he was going to play face in the A-Team movie. And he said no. And of course he was. So there's a couple of those, but man, the denials.
But not with these stakes on them. Good Lord.
Yeah. The stakes are high. The stakes are high because again, oh my God, the backlash. If he's not in this movie, there are going to be some people who are really pissed off. Well, I don't know. What are you thinking?
You know what would be really cool?
Uh-oh, what?
Is if someone asked The Rock, are you the next 007? And he was like, no, I'm not. That would be great. And let's stick with that.
There's a denial we want to hear. So I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, we're down to what? A couple hours. I mean, I don't know what we're going to get in this trailer. We're a couple hours closer to finding out. But what I think would be hilarious is if, because, you know, we're going to maybe tie in into Doctor Strange 2, some of what's happening in No Way Home, possibly. If at the end credit scene of No Way Home, you got Tobey and Andrew, technically it's the end of the film. It's not like in the film, it's after the credits, so that'd be kind of random if,
I mean, maybe
that was the case, because technically you could still say no.
I know.
So,
question is for you guys.
I don't know.
What do you think? Did you watch the video of Andrew Garfield straight up saying, I am not in this movie? That's not just me giving a diplomatic answer. I love what these guys are doing. The role is very special to me, but I'm not in this movie. Do you buy it? Because ain't nobody's bought what he's selling for all year, but maybe they will. I don't know. What do you guys think? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.